In 1929, Edwin Hubble made one of the greatest scientific discoveries in human history. He proved that the universe is expanding, that galaxies are moving away from each other in every direction, that the very fabric of space itself is stretching outward. The scientific world was stunned. Even Einstein had gotten it wrong. But here's what most people don't know. 1,300 years earlier, in the 7th century CE, the Quran contained a verse describing exactly this. I'm Mohammed from Path to Islam, and today we're talking about the moment the Quran and modern cosmology meet, and what it means. Let's start with what Hubble actually found. By observing the light from distant galaxies, Hubble noticed something striking. Almost every galaxy was showing a redshift. Its light was shifted toward the red end of the spectrum. This happens when an object is moving away from you, and it was happening with every galaxy, in every direction. The conclusion: the universe is expanding, all the time, every second. Galaxies moving further apart as the space between them stretches. This overturned everything. Einstein himself had built a cosmological constant into his equations to ensure the universe stayed static, because he assumed it must be. When the evidence came in, he dropped it and called it his greatest mistake. Now here's Quran chapter 51, verse 47. And the heaven, we constructed it with strength, and indeed we are its expander. The Arabic word used here is muzion. In classical Arabic, this is an active participle. It describes something happening continuously, right now. Not, we once expanded it. Not, we built it large. We are its expander. Present tense, ongoing, continuous. That is an exact description of what Hubble confirmed in 1929. This verse was revealed to the Prophet Muhammad in the 7th century. Over 1,300 years before any human civilization had the tools, the mathematics, or the observational data to know that the universe was expanding. Let me be honest about why this is significant. In the 7th century, nobody knew the universe was expanding. The concept didn't exist. The dominant view across all civilizations, Greek, Arab, Persian, Chinese, Indian, was that the cosmos was fixed. The sky was a solid structure with objects moving through it on fixed spheres. The telescope wasn't invented until 1608. The understanding of galaxies as separate, distant star systems didn't come until the 1920s. The mathematics needed to measure cosmic expansion didn't exist until the 20th century. There was no 7th century pathway to this knowledge. None. And yet the verse is there, in Arabic, using a word that specifically describes ongoing, continuous expansion. And this is not the only example. Quran 21:30 describes the heavens and earth as having been a joined entity that God separated, a statement that has been compared to the Big Bang. Quran 23:12-14 describes the stages of human embryonic development with a precision that stunned the late Dr. Keith Moore, one of the world's leading embryologists, when he examined it in the 20th century. He said the descriptions were consistent with modern embryological knowledge. Quran 55:19-20 describes a barrier between two bodies of water that do not mix, a phenomenon now observed at the meeting of the Mediterranean and the Atlantic, where distinct water masses maintain their properties due to differences in density and salinity. Verses on the water cycle, the atmosphere's layers, the origin of life from water. This is a pattern, not a single coincidence. So here's the honest question this raises. How? How does a text from the 7th century contain accurate descriptions of phenomena that science didn't confirm until the 20th century? There are really only a few possible answers. One is that these are coincidences, but as the list of examples grows, coincidence becomes an increasingly difficult explanation. Another is that these verses are general enough that anything could be read into them in hindsight. But the Arabic is specific. Musion is not a vague word. It describes ongoing expansion. And then there is the explanation the Quran itself offers, that it is a message from the Creator of the universe. And that is exactly why it contains accurate statements about the universe that go beyond what its contemporary civilization could have known. That is a claim worth taking seriously. I'm not telling you what to conclude. I'm telling you that this deserves your honest attention. At Path to Islam, we believe that faith is not the enemy of inquiry. The Quran itself invites reflection, observation, and thought. Click the link in the description to start exploring. If this video raised a question for you, ask it in the comments. Every honest question is a good one. Hit like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Assalamu alaikum.